So you're not comfortable, you keep thinking about it, gives you a lot of psychological stress in you. And so basically, food is the major attractive stuff for every human on this earth. So this IBD, makes you get scared to eat food. The animal protein is not going to, especially egg and bird meat, you've got to avoid it. And you have to stay vegetarian for a period of 3 months, which can, recorrect your this thing. There are simple inflammatory bowel disorder can be easily recorrected. There should not be any problem. I have made Hello viewers, I am your Dr. C.K.N. welcoming you to this program. We're going to talk about inflammatory bowel disorder today, IBD. IBD is also a disease or whatever you call it, which is being studied more than 150 years, but then which is much similar to IBS, for which we have no proper cure so far in the modern science. It's a psychosomatic disorder and very stressful problem. Once you're stuck with this inflammatory bowel disorder, then you get into a lot of psychological sickness. So you're not comfortable, you keep thinking about it, gives you a lot of psychological stress in you. And I think most of you all know what are all the symptoms of this problem. So they try to give you sometimes some steroid based medicines, so all that kind of thing, which can suppress these symptoms for a period of time. So I know a lot of people who suffer from IBD. It's more of a psychosomatic disorder. The inflammatory imbalance of the intestinal function affect the functions of the intestines, and it's basically a gastro problem, but it is a highly sickening problem. Unless those who suffer from it will know the pain of this. It completely throw you out of the normal gear. So day-to-day life becomes painful. So you think twice before you start eating. So basically, food is the major attractive stuff for every human on this earth. So this IBD, makes you get scared to eat food. You all know about it. Those who are suffering from it, who knows about it. So what are you supposed to do when you get into IBD? Because it's very simple. Avoid milk connected product. You can have ghee, you can have thin buttermilk. So maybe in your tea and coffee you can add little bit of milk as a whitener. Don't drink milk, exclusive milk, milkshakes and ice creams, curd, you avoid it. All paneer, cheese, butter, all kinds of different types of cheese, which is not going to help you in IBD. It's going to make your IBD symptoms more. This is one. Secondly, the animal proteins, as we explained in the IBS, same thing here. Any intestinal disorders, inflammatory part of the intestines, this is, the animal protein is not going to, especially egg and bird meat, you've got to avoid it. And you have to stay vegetarian for a period of 3 months, which can, recorrect your this thing. There are simple few medicines or 3 medicines are there, very simple medicines they are. You may have to take it for a couple of months or maximum 90 days. You can recorrect your IBD. There should not be any problem, provided you stick to these food restrictions for a period of time. When you become normal from IBD, from having these medicines and food restriction, for the rest of your life, you must remember one thing: you should not drink milk, eggs and all kinds of bird meat. You can have your pork, your beef and your lamb, your fish, prawn and crab or white blood animals, they heat up the system very badly. So those proteins you have to avoid. Once you can, stick to this food pattern and take medication from us for 60 to 90 days, your IBD, inflammatory bowel disorder, can be easily recorrected. There should not be any problem. I have made many number of people out of this IBD. They are all living normal life today. It is not a big thing, but in modern medicine we have no cure for it. In the traditional side we have cure for it, which this can be easily corrected. Cooperation is required from the patient's end with respect to food, what I have explained you some time back in this program. So what are all the foods to be avoided? I've clearly explained you. If you can stick to that and then have these medicines and then get yourself well, and after getting well, milk, egg and all kinds of bird meat should be avoided to prevent from you getting into this inflammatory bowel disorder again. But for sure, you will be completely cured, as I can assure you. Thank you and good luck.